Why in our manifesto we've tried to support the development of sports in various ways, especially supplementing the allowances that is paid to footballers. So you think as a government we'll be supporting the allowance that a team is supposed to pay to players? Then I will sit down as a minister, fold my arms, and when I hear that Muftau is supposed to give 5,000 cedis to Nii Lante as support, Muftau will give 3,000 and keep 2,000, and I will laugh over it. I'll come to you straight and get the 2,000 and add up to the place.
but that doesn't happen. That doesn't. These are things we've heard, but there's no evidence to back it that it happens.
You've heard. I'll find the evidence. Because people don't know how. Some people don't know how to get the evidence and the facts and the distance to support those things. Because sometimes the players are scared of the people they talk to. As I sit here, there are so many footballers who come to me every day to complain about how they are treated.
As even as a media person, I get them please.
Thank you. Thank you. But you are unable to talk about it because the environment will find ourselves. Oh, but when I'm the minister and you come to me with those facts, I will confront the person. I said, this is what you are doing. I'm handing you over to the police. I'm handing you over to the NIB. Look, I sit here and I get people who will go and get some Okada rider and then go to box reds and then use somebody's records. So Muftau has fought this number of fights. He's won this. And then they take Muftau out because of visa.
Yeah.
They will take him out into a ring. One blow, Muftau falls. They take the money. All that they're interested in is the money.
And I recall Richard Comey trying to fight the boxing authority over that. But they were like, he's speaking out of ignorance.
No, you see, it affects the image of Ghana in world boxing. That anybody, they call it Achiagbeshin or something. What sort of nonsense is that? Are we developing boxing or we just taking advantage of the boxers? There's a story up to today. I continue to live about with it. This boxer, Sarkodie. Sarkodie was a welterweight boxer. He was taken to France and he was put in the ring against a light heavyweight boxer. One blow, he fell out of the ring. Today, he's sick. Today, he's sick. We had Francis Kwade. Went through the same.
There was apart from that was also sent to Germany.
Yes.
He suffered same.
Recently, a boxer was sent to Nigeria. He was not a boxer. He's an Okada rider in my constituency. He was sent to Nigeria as a boxer. If he was killed.
Who killed him?
You see, so you sit down as a minister and you say, because of people would talk about some journalists, so don't, I will.
Somewhere last year, okay.
You see, we must sanitize the system. I don't believe that you must exploit somebody, put his life in danger for your selfish gain, for your capricious intent. It won't happen.
The capricious has come.
So,
okay.
So it's something that we must look at seriously. It's not only football.
It appears to happen in every sector.
Yes.
I had a call from the one of these Yoko. Yoko called me. They had evidence about how an official was exploiting young talents to young children between the ages of 12 and 15 to the US. He was kind of exploiting them. So someone from Yoko called me and they wanted what the regulations of FIFA say when it comes to taking young talent.
Yeah, teenagers.
Yes, teenagers. And I told the person what I knew of the CAF and supported with the FIFA statutes and all that. He called me back and said, Mufta, we have a story. We have a case here. And when we are ready, we'll come for him.
Recently, I've seen a video going viral. Some footballers, presumed footballers, were taken to Russia.
Yeah, just recently.
Look, if you know the number of Ghanaian supposed footballers in Vietnam, Indonesia, Singapore, and other places, and they call you and they lament to you, they tell you what they are going through, it's not easy. People are exploiting them. International law is against such things. And they say, as a minister, I'll keep quiet. Nii Lante will keep quiet. Me?
I remember when I did the story about the FIFA World Cup money, how about like $1.1 million of Ghana's World Cup money was unaccounted for, and all the things that happened. And to be frank, right, I had assassins come after me because of that story.
You see?
Yeah.
You see? Why should that happen? So that story, I will not let Muftau talk about it. I will talk about it myself. So they will come for me.
But actually, my sources gave me the story. I did all my grounds. I checked the FA. The FA were not willing to speak. Then I wrote to FIFA. FIFA were willing to speak. FIFA sent me emails.
You remember this brush I had with the FA
about
Ghana Blasters playing a friendly match with Russia, and the contract was tampered with. The amount we were supposed to do was...
I remember.
And then people say, I shouldn't have talked about it. Why shouldn't I? Somebody will use Ghana's, our national team, to make money for himself and not account to the state. Look at what we are going through today. We spent close to about $82 million, and we've been banned from playing on any of our stadia. And as a minister, I should be comfortable with that. When we needed money to take care of Black Princess, volleyball, hockey, and other sporting disciplines. Wow. Take this from me. If John Mahama becomes president and he gives me...
He decides to make you a sports minister again.
Sports minister. Within 1 week, those people who have chopped our $82 million to make sure that we are banned will cough the money.
But they've not chopped the money. The ministry released a long statement. And in fact, it's 85 million Ghana cedis.
Were you convinced about 85 million Ghana cedis?
Yeah.
Were you convinced about the statement?
It is not.
Look,
I'm not a technical person to actually.
Just last weekend, I was at Isipon. Just last weekend, I was at Isipon. The week before that, I was at Accra Sports Stadium. In fact, last weekend, I went to Isipon, I went to Jendu.
Yeah, Jendu Park.
I wanted to be sure that really, has there been any renovation at Isipon?
But the former finance minister came on the floor of parliament and said it was 90-something% done.
90-something%, and we've been banned. So he has to come and tell me why he paid that amount of money and still we've been banned.
So let me just ask this question.
I'm not, you see, unless we handle governance, especially sports, with that revolutionary spirit, we will not get results.
2 questions. I wrote to FIFA. FIFA in their email told me that they've given the FA about 200.
I saw it.
You saw that story?
Yes, I saw it.
Yes. But the FA says that the money was not meant for the maintenance of national stadia. But the justification that was sent to FIFA, they wanted to maintain 80 natural grass pitches, right? And that it was for Premier, Division 1, and Women's League venues.
Thank you.
So the obvious question I asked was, okay, the Bawayara Stadium is used by Premier, Division 1, and Women's League clubs. Accra, Cape Coast, and all the other venues. But the FA said that the money FIFA gave to them was not meant to maintain any national stadia. From where you sit, if Asante Kotoko, the likes of Asoka Deportivo, the likes of King Faisal, all use Bawayara, Great Olympics and Co, all use Accra Sports Stadium, we have suggested to the FA that just like a paltry amount of that money could have also been spent on maintaining those pitches.
You know why the FA could just sit down happily and tell you this? Because they created a notion that FIFA's money is out of control of the state, and it is the FA's responsibility.
Yeah,
FA's
it's
money.
our money.
But the money is never given to the FA president in his name as Keto Kreko. That money is not given to, if I were the FA president, it's not given to me, Nii Lante Vanapov, to you, Muftao. The money is given in the name of Ghana. Anybody occupying the GFA presidency is not there on his own. We have entrusted the management of our football into his hands. So if any money comes to the office in the interest of Ghana, in the name of Ghana, it is erroneous for anybody to tell me as a minister I don't have the right to ask questions about it. You understand me? If it is your mother and your father's funeral that you go to conduct, and the FIFA sends you that money, FIFA sends you that money, fine, it's your money. But if that money was meant for Ghana,
18 natural grass pitches in the country. They say they use it to build boreholes and water tanks. And
somebody went to jail for misapplication of funds.
yeah.
They call it willfully causing financial loss to the state. It's a law. It's there.
But this one is FIFA money, so how can it be for the state?
It's FIFA money.
FIFA say you are a member of our association, so we are giving you money to be able to do certain things. So how
is this country called Antigua? Or it's called Ghana?
Oh, final question.
No. FIFA gave the money to Ghana. Is that not it?
Football Association.
Football Association.
Yes, please.
Ghana Football Association is not on its own. It's not, let me say, an island. Who do they represent?
Ghana.
Thank you. They don't go to FIFA meetings on their own. They go representing Ghana.
And the interest of Ghana football.
When they get to FIFA and they sit down at the conference, GFA is not written there.
It's Ghana.
It's Ghana. So at that particular time, they are representing Ghana. So anybody, well, 2025 will soon be here. I just pray that your mama will not give me the sports ministry. But if he gives me the sports ministry,
You're going to fight people.
I'm not going to fight people, but I'm going to bring accountability, transparency, truth to the ministry.
But you've been there before. Did you bring these?
I've been there before. I fought the prevalence of those inimical diseases to the development of sports. And a lot of people, especially most sports journalists, did not understand me because a lot of them were in the
fact,
pocket.
In
pocket
all
of the
sincerity,
FA.
I was one of those people who did not understand because the perception created was that you were on radio often. So sometimes I was like, why is Honorable always on radio?
Let me tell you the story. I'm a journalist, you know. And the GFA is fond of always setting agenda. They have their people in the media.
Yeah.
So they first will set the agenda. And then you, the ministry or the minister, will have to come and defend yourself. This time I decided to take the fight to them.
You are being proactive.
Yes. Look, the best way to defend is to attack. I'm a sportsman. And today, you know, football, the most, let me say, productive style of play
Is to attack.
is to attack.
But were there certain things that you felt you should have handled them differently? On a hindsight.
For now, I don't think so. I don't think I regret for any action I took as a minister for youth and sports.
I remember you and I spoke.
I was sad I didn't get enough time. If I had enough time, you will enjoy football. Our stadium would not be empty by now.
I remember you and I spoke when I was advisor, and we were struggling to qualify for the World Cup. We had gone to lose to Egypt. We had drawn against Uganda. I remember you talking about how the UK were so excited at the 2016 Olympics about the performance of other teams. So maybe God just wanted Ghana not to be able to qualify for the World Cup in 2018, but to do well in other disciplines.
Yes.
You still hold that position
I still
now?
hold that position.
So you have no regret that we didn't qualify for the 2018 World Cup?
No. If we had done well, we'll have qualified. We didn't do well, so why should we have?
But you were blamed as being the reason why
No,
we
you see,
didn't.
the issue is simple, Muftao. If we agree that for now we are not doing too well in football, that's why I feel sad for Otuado.
Those were your exact words.
Thank you.
I recall 2016.
If we're not doing too well in football, and we know that if we give a little bit of attention to athletics, we'll do better.
Yeah.
Boxing will do better. Why don't I? Why don't? There is no country in the world that has been at the pinnacle of football for, let me say, 2 decades.
No, you.
Today, Brazil is Brazil not going
Yeah,
now?
yeah, you were deep. Even Germany had their difficult times after winning
Thank
the World
you.
Cup. Yeah.
Even Spain.
Yeah.
Everybody.
They got knocked out of the group stage of the World Cup.
Yes. You understand? So today, you could see Brazilian athletes
Yeah.
at the Olympics winning medals.
Yeah.
Why do you think they've moved away from football and going into athletics? Jamaica has all of a sudden now also moved to boxing, football, to this thing of athletics.
Yeah.
They don't care the athletics, they do. But they also see that they are beginning to build some competitive advantage in
the area of football.
In football.
Well. Yeah.
So they look at the wonderful football players littered around Europe and in America from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Today, I don't think Ghana will be confident lining up against Jamaica.
Oh, no, we won't.
Thank you.
I remember prior to the 2006 World Cup, we caught them, we beat them 4-0. This time, if you catch them.
Recently, they beat US.
Yes, I remember.
So sometimes you need to sit down and say, look, can we move away from this particular discipline, take people's attention off, rebuild? You understand? Whilst we focus in this area. So if I were in the ministry years back, we didn't qualify for the World Cup. Okay, I said, look, we have 4 years. We didn't qualify. So even 2 years and then 4 years. So 6 years. Let's rebuild. By the next World Cup, we'll be ready. But within this period, let's focus on boxing, athletics, so that we can capture medals at the Olympics and all. We could have, look, how can we go to World Championship and then win medals? Olympic Games, win medals, and then the next Olympics, we didn't qualify at all.
Yeah.
Boxing.
We couldn't get even one to qualify. Yeah, that was quite a difficult thing, though.
Meanwhile,
unacceptable.
There were people that our boxers beat at the last Olympics to win medals who came back to the Olympic Games and won medals.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's because we don't plan well. We don't sit down to really analyze what our priorities are. Which sporting disciplines at this particular moment in time, looking at the global picture, which areas do we have competitive advantage? We don't have unlimited resources. This is the resource we have. How do we manage these resources to make sure that Ghana make maximum impact in a particular sporting discipline? If we had gone to the Olympics and we have won 2 medals, wouldn't it have been pleasant more than the World Cup?
Oh yeah, the jubilation would have been something else. When Julian Alfred won the 100 meters gold for St. Lucia, it was massive. Yes,
Botswana.
Yeah, Botswana.
Are you happy that today Botswana has an athlete who is a world champion, Olympic champion, has a quartet that has taken bronze?
Yeah,
Botswana.
It was silver.
Thank you.
It was
silver.
Yeah.
Botswana and Ghana.
In fact, if Benjamin had not finished for the US, I'm sure Lechile would have won the gold for Botswana. Yeah.
So it is something that we should sit down and look at. I tell people today, Kenya is happy having athletes doing 100 meters, 200 meters.
Yeah.
They are moving away from the long distance because they see that the Ethiopians and the Ugandans are now disturbing them. So they are now coming to the short distances.
Yeah.
Kenya today, Kenya had always looked up to Ghana in boxing. Today we cannot stand Kenyans in boxing. Ugandans are beating us. Even Zambians are beating us in boxing. Even Nigeria boxers are beating us. and we are happy with it. We are already embarrassed as a country. The whole international, everybody has come to appreciate the fact that Ghana, we can't take care of ourselves. It's embarrassing. And I was happy the way Stevie Appiah, Derek Boateng, and some of these old players
Yeah.
are now voicing it out
Yeah.
because they have lived in that frustration. They even their time, they always complain about the pitch we play football.
In fact, when Thomas Partey met the vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he made an appeal.
Yes.
He said we want better pitches to play.
Yes, it is not about politics. It's about better pitches for us to play because those players there do not do politics.
Yeah.
Those players there, irrespective of who is in power, they will come and play for Ghana.
Yeah.
So as a government, provide them with better pitches. That's why I'm saying that this government has lost its priority. Poor managers. Because if you can proudly say...
Honorably, now going to the political angle.
No, the vice president said they built 6 new stadia. He said it, the vice president said they built 6 new stadia.
At where?
When they were launching the All Africa Games, the African Games, he said it. He said they built 6 new stadia. Where are they?
Hey, I've not heard this one.
Look, the Minister for Sport can proudly say that we built 200 and something AstroTurfs. AstroTurfs. You just said FIFA said what? They're giving money for the development of natural grass pitches.
80.
Because even FIFA is frowning on AstroTurfs because of the health implications
it
of
has.
playing on AstroTurfs. All over the world, people
But they
are
have
going back.
exceptions for some.
Fine, but what I'm
Because
saying
they
is
have
that-
their standard AstroTurf that...
what I'm saying that if you are building recreational pitches, don't call them football pitches. They've been exposed now. They wasted their money in building recreational pitches. Some places they dry clothes there. Some places they play dance there, and not they do funerals there.
The one in Jamestown.
Yeah.
Oh, this was a very beautiful one. Now you go there, it is stones. People will go and dry their stuff on the floor.
You know, you do this whilst we could have used that money to innovate Azuma Nelson Sports Complex. You understand? Olympics could be playing there.
A white elephant.
We could have used that money to develop Elwak Stadium.
They say it belongs to the military people.
And so what? Accra Asofo played Africa Cup
Yeah,
there.
I recall that. Yeah,
At that time, it didn't belong to
I've read my
Accra Asofo. He still belonged to the military.
The miracle of Elwak.
Elwak, yes.
But you agree?
You understand? So, it is not... Look, many of the clubs in Europe do not own the stadia on which they play. Manchester United is going to build a new place.
Yeah.
Who are they building together with? With the Manchester City Authority.
Yeah.
Partnerships.
Yeah.
You understand? The City Stadium is not owned by City.
No.
It was built by Manchester City, the City Manchester,
Manchester.
for the Commonwealth Games in 2002. So, it is not just a matter of today. Is Asante Kotoko not playing at Obuasi Lankley? Do they own Lankley? They don't. You understand? So it's myopic when people sit there and say that we can't use money to go and develop Elwak. When you develop Elwak Stadium, are the soldiers going to eat the stadium?
In fact, many Ghana Premier League clubs have used it.
Yes.
I remember Legon Cities was there. I remember Inter.
Today, that is the only... Our athletes were training until Legon was developed. Our national athletes.
Oh yeah.
That's where they were training.
That's
that horrible tartan track.
It's too bad. It's really, really bad.
You understand?
Extremely
So
bad.
if I were the minister, the money we use to go and build some AstroTurf and Wale Wale,
Why are you mentioning my place?
I would have used that money. I would have used that money to do Sakasaka Stadium.
Yeah, in Tamale. Yeah.
In Tamale.
Yeah.
Because people in Tamale will feel more comfortable enjoying soccer
Yeah.
at Wale Wale.
Yeah.
Sakasaka.
Yeah.
Because the first division, second division clubs will play there.
Yeah.
Then the premier club can, or the national team can now focus on Tamale Stadium.
Yeah. I remember the famous when the
That was when I had my first, let me say, harrowing experience as a commentator.
what happened to you? I remember speaking to the former PLB chairman. He's not the country he named. Mr. Webreke.
Yeah.
He said he was made to sit on the floor.
Don't talk about it.
I saw a newspaper and I enjoy go around for their life.
You know.
Honorable,
Thank you
been a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
There was one controversial question I didn't ask. During the 2010 World Cup, Especially
The World Cup itself?
Yes, I remember the time you became
In South
sports
Africa?
minister. Yes, I remember the time you became sports minister because of those, or let me say, the frosty relationship you had with the FA. People began to create so many stories.
Yeah.
And one of them was that in 2010, when Ghana was getting ready to play Serbia, its opening game, you went to the FA and you were asking for the team sheet.
In what capacity?
Ah.
I wasn't a sports minister.
They said you went to ask for the team sheet for the late Prof Mills.
Oh, I wasn't a sports minister. And at that time, the sports minister was a Sena dancer.
Yes, yes.
And Akuya is not a small girl for me to just. And if was almost needed a team sheet, it's a sports minister he will ask, not me. I was just. He's.
So you've never gone to the FA to ask for team sheet?
But I know as a footballer and as a former, let me say, manager of a club, and I've been in sports administration, I've been a commentator, I know what to do. And you see, at the World Cup, if you want to get team sheets are released sometimes an hour before the match. And everybody could have it. So why will I have to go to the blaster and go and ask for team sheet? You understand?
Life, you know, balance.
Instead of going to the blaster management or the coach or something, I would just go to the media center. And the team sheet will be there. It's sometimes there are surplus there. I could pick one.
Yeah.
You understand?
We've been to tournaments. We've
Yes.
had the privilege of
the team sheet will be at the media center. I will just pick one for Pop Samuels. And at that time, any kindergarten boy in Ghana could determine who our first 11 was.
Oh yeah.
At that time.
Maybe apart from Andre, you starting ahead of Suleiman Tari, everyone could tell.
Yes. You understand? So I need not, and I know our players. So when they get to the pitch, and perhaps I most want to know those who are playing.
But they say you were that powerful within the NDC, so you had so much control.
In fact, the first match I wasn't even in South Africa. I went to South Africa after the first match.
So you were there for the Australia game?
Yes.
For the Serbia
No.
game. Oh God. Okay.
I wasn't there.
You see, some of these things are the rumors that people would tell when they.
I had to stay behind to make sure all the other issues pertaining to our allowances and everything had been done before I left. Because.
But you were not sports minister. Why were you?
No, I was a presidential staffer.
And that's what I'm saying.
I was in charge of operations.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You were very powerful.
What I'm saying is that at that time, we were not able, the government had not been able to make sure everything was done for them to have that congenial atmosphere there, because transfers had to be done. And the president decided that because of my background, I should stay behind and make sure all these things are done. Because he doesn't want to have a situation where he will be there and then the players will come complaining to him
about
their money. You see, sometimes there's always a need for you to have somebody who you can call a contact person, an arrowhead, who will be able to make sure things are done
on your behalf.
Yeah. So that's what happened. If you look at what happened in 2014, you definitely will know that because some of those things were not done properly, that's why we had the problem we had. You understand? So, 2010, everything was smooth. There was nothing happened. The players were happy. I remember we went to the dressing room before the match with the US.
You had access to the dressing room?
Yes. President Mills asked.
Oh, okay.
And he went and he even told them a story about himself when he was playing football and all those things.
Oh, okay.
And that livened up the players. It relaxed them for the match. Because he himself said that he could sense that the players will be tensed up this match because it's America and all those things.
The quarterfinal was a huge stage.
Yeah, so he really felt that he should just pep them up a little. And he talked to the minister. The minister arranged it. And he went and talked to the players. And then we left. About 15 minutes we left. And you could see that the players on the field were a happy bunch of people.
Wow.
You understand? If he had been home, he would have talked to them on phone. but he was present.
He was present.
He was present, so he decided to at least give them a pep talk. And you see, where we were staying, and the distance between where we were and where the team was far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so initially we wanted to go and visit them in their camp. You understand? But we're advised by the security at that time. In fact, South Africa at that time, security was so tight.
Yeah.
And where we were was a whole cordon of, it wasn't only Ghana president who was there, other presidents were living in the same area. So it was, I remember I was even going to Sanity because there was this fun, village in Sanity. The security guy said they won't allow me to go. Because if they should allow me to, it means that they must dispatch people to go with me.
To go with you.
All the way to Sanity.
In fact, I remember even this year when I went to the AFCON, when we got to the border, we needed to go with security. Major competition like that, there are always security. Thank you for clarifying.
So I didn't, and I would never, even as a minister, I would never attempt to do that. If I would do anything, let me be frank with you, I rather will go to the training ground of the players, have a chat with them, even play with them. Show them a little bit of my skills.
The Nii Lante skill.
This time I can only do it for 15 minutes. I can't go beyond 15 minutes. The recently when we played the old Blasters, I went into the game, and after 15 minutes, I was telling myself, "Hey,
the gas was gone.
Be careful. This is what made your brother leave
slide.
You."
Oh God, that was an emotional moment.
This time, when I'm playing football and I get tired, immediately that consciousness comes back. Then I say, "Please, I beg you, somebody else will come and play." I'm not going for Olympic Games.
I hear you sing well. I hear you're a very good singer.
I do, and I dance well too.
Wow.
I dance very well. Every sportsman must have a little bit of dancing in him.
I'm a sportsman. I can't dance.
Because dancing is...
Sentio can dance.
Dancing is what we use to do our exercises and all those things when we are doing aerobics. Dancing and music. In fact, especially boxing when you are a boxer.
Oh, okay.
As for boxing, music, dancing is part. Because see, even the movements in the ring is all part of dancing. And my former coach, Atuke Clotte, the late Atuke Clotte, like that.
Oh, okay.
He will look for some good Ghana song, play it in the gym, and you'll be dancing to it. Then he say, phone in here, then then so it becomes like part of you.
It's natural.
It's natural.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So learn how to dance a bit.
Maybe I need to learn the lesson so that I can save my life when I'm asked to. Thank you very much for joining us for this conversation with Nii Lante van der Poel, a former sports minister. He says he's not a former broadcaster, but now he wants to go behind the scenes and work for Ghana because...
maybe I will join you back in the commentary box.
Wow, that'd be a good one to
if Kosichum will pay.
But Kosichum cannot pay you. He cannot pay you.
Kosichum wanted to snap me from GBC those days, and I told him that he can pay.
And he couldn't pay?
No, he's my senior. He will want to treat me like a junior boy. So I didn't want senior Kwesi. Our tradition is always there, He's my senior. He's my lovely senior. My very good friend.
Okay. Thanks very much for being a part of the show. This has been Prime Take. I am Muftau Nabila Abdullah.